Brand new trucks and SUVs shaking and shuddering seemingly for no reason at all.
And now an action on investigation into General Motors is growing. 2 weeks ago, our Jason Stujanki uncovered these complaints to GM. At the time, we knew this could be the beginning of a major new investigation. And Jason, judging by the reaction you've received since then, we could be right here.
It's not a cheap car, so.
How much was it?
$65,000.
What attracted you to this one?
Landon Poplin bought this 2018 GMC Sierra new as well. He says sticker price, $55,000.
That it is what it is.
What's going on, YouTube people? I haven't posted a video in a long time, but this one, quite frankly, is pissing me off. So, 2020 Silverado, 8-speed transmission, 5.3 V8. We have a shutter, gear, hard gear shifting, I should say, and some issues that has just started recently in the past, I don't know, 2 weeks. So I thought it might be from towing trailers or dump trailers for what we do, building houses and whatnot. And it was a computer, you know, catching up with itself or tuning itself or whatever, because I'm back and forth between, like I said, dump trailers, box trailers, car haulers, whatever. But it's not. Now it's, you know, highway speed, it sounds like you hit a rumble strip. Between second and third gear, it has a funky shift. First and second gear, it's, I don't know, sometimes it feels like it jerks so hard it's gonna spin the rear wheels. So, of course, GM has I don't want to say they have, people have a class action lawsuit against GM. Publicly known. I mean, I think it's even been approved for so much money, but GM appealed it because they deny the issues. But if you go to the dealership or the service department, they tell you, this is the fix. You got to get the synthetic LVATF HP Dextron blue label. Make sure it's that. Transmission fluid. This is the upgrade for this transmission that's supposed to take care of all these problems. Now, if it magically fixes all that, great. I'm happy. But still, transmission filter, all the fluid you see here was like 200 and I'm gonna say 250. Because by the time you drive around to all the stores, a Chevy dealer, buy it, burn your gas, 250 bucks. So, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change the filter and the tranny fluid in this 8-speed. And I'm gonna go over a couple simple things because I don't like long videos. And I am not gonna be on much of the video. I got stung by a yellow jacket, yes, in December. If you're watching this at a later date, but it's the middle of winter and I get hit by a jello. Yeah, it stung me so bad it messed my brain up. Yellow jacket. Let's get to it. I'm gonna go under here. First thing I am doing, now, you can watch videos or do it however you want to, but taking this bolt out. You see it dripping here, but it's right there. Okay, and I let that drain. As you can tell, that fluid is terrible. 90,000 miles. It looks like oil. So, it definitely needed changed if, you know, the tranny ain't ruined by now. So, I did that. My next step is gonna be this. Let me get my camera on here because you guys gotta excuse me. I have not done this in a while, so I don't even know how to do it. You're gonna take these two tranny lines off, take that 10 millimeter bolt, take it out, pop them lines off, and try to get as much as you can out of the lines. And I'm going to use a pump that I bought off of Amazon. I use it for everything. I have a Mercedes that somebody stripped the bolt on before we got it, that I have to actually pump the oil out from the dipstick. Oh, there it is. And That's the pump, hooks the 12 volt. We're gonna suck the lines out. And then unfortunately, there's no dipstick on these trucks. So if you're wondering why you can't find it, it's because the dipsticks didn't put on a dipstick. But behind the heat shield, I don't know if you can see it from anywhere, but there's a dipstick up in there. Gotta take the heat shield off, take the plug out. Oh, I said dipstick, it's a plug. And that's where you will fill it when you're done. And you'll have to get like a pump or something that goes in the tranny fluid. I don't think I'll use that. I may have something else I'll show you. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pump as much out of it as I can actually with that pump. Putting it back in is a different story. Pump as much as I can out of the tranny lines, and we'll go from there. But like I said, that fluid is terrible. Looks like you can put it in your engine. I wouldn't even, it's too dark to put in the engine. Oil looks better than that. So, slide out from under here. We're gonna just stop it for a bit so I can get under here. Alright, you can hear over this thing. This is what we got. We got the pump. It's kind of dark in here. We got it pumping into there, out of the plug in the top of the transmission. I'm gonna pump as much as I can out of there by hand, so when you take the pan off, it don't spill all over you. I have not pumped out the lines yet. Probably should do that first, honestly, but I was having such a hard time with this heat shield that I don't know, just kept doing what I was doing. But anyways, you got the point. I'm gonna suck it all out. So I got this pump off Amazon. It was, I don't know, like, I think it was like 20 bucks, $22. So just a little pump here. Alrighty, step number 572. Got the pump hooked up again. So it's running there. Got it into the oil lines. The oil line, transmission oil lines have a little, like a fastener on there. It's U-ed around each one of these lines and a 10mm bolt right up in there. Just pop that off, these pop right out. Very simple. I took my hose, suction into the hose, and I'm putting it in there and trying to get everything out of these transmission lines. As you can see, it's pushing out both sides, and I got the pan under there. So just get as much fluid out of it as you can. So, like I said, I'm just using this pump. They make all different assortments of pumps to use for this, or you can try a shop vac and a small attachment and tape it and try to seal it so it has some suction on it. But whatever you can, as much tranny fluid as you can get out of these transmissions, the better you are when you change the fluid. So all right, everybody, next is taking all the bolts off. 10mm. By the way, that drain bolt is 10mm also. You want to just take all them bolts off of there. Even though you drained all the fluids out, take them all out but the four corners. Loosen the back of the truck up some, and let the front down over here slowly in case there's fluid in, and keep your pan under it so you can slowly let it down and dump it towards the front and dump it out so that it don't go all over the place. But that's my next move. I'm gonna take the pan off, and yeah, we'll show you what's in the pan and how much muck and crud and junk. And maybe I'll just leave the camera going, because actually when you drop it, you do got to turn it a certain way to bring it out. It won't come straight out. You're gonna have to maneuver it a little bit, but pretty much what you do is you drop it, you move the front of the pan twist it toward the passenger side, and it should pull out right, you know, over in that area and just drop down. Okie dokie. I guess I'm gonna have to unloosen the transmission mount right back here, take the bolts out and jack the tranny up a little bit, hopefully enough to get the pan slid out of there. So anyways, that sucks. Well, that didn't work. Now, I gotta take off the exhaust bolt right there and hopefully let that other part drop down. I don't know. It's starting to be a pain. Well, other than the heat shield, the second biggest obstacle was the exhaust too far up that the pan wouldn't come off. So if you can see my engineering masterpiece here, I put a jack handle between the exhaust and the cross member, wedged it in there under a jack, and I jacked that up to pry that down far enough, which was almost 2 inches. I've never seen anybody have to do that. Their pan comes straight off. But I thought maybe because it's flat, somebody bottomed it out. I know I hadn't, because I've never even been off-roading, really, like through the field or, you know, off a rough driveway, but construction sites, but I haven't slammed the bad boy off the ground. But yeah, so, you know, if you feel safe, and do it at your own terms, not because I told you. Wedge you a bar in there, and I mean, unless you got a better invention, comment below. But do that. I'd keep it like that. It's pretty safe. It's in between that little brace right there, up there, on the little dip in the jack handle. So I'm not gonna shake it. Don't want it to pop out and hit me in the eye. I already got one bad eye today from a Yellow Jackets thing. So, yep, got it out of there. You know, I hadn't looked at it yet, so let's look at it together. No, that looks not great. You see that? And I mean, Chevy's 4L60s were, you know, I don't want to say a terrible transmission, but you know, 125,000 miles, you're rebuilding them if you're pulling trailers. Oh goodness, look at that. Yeah, that's some clutch material for sale. Anybody want to buy some clutch material? And then we got some on the bottom there. Like I said, the fluid looks terrible. I bought this truck at 50,000 miles. I should have checked it out, honestly. They're scheduled to be serviced at 45,000 miles. I didn't. It's at 90,000 now. Like I said, started that the torque converter vibration and the shifting. But you know, if I had to drink old water, pond water, I probably wouldn't shift very good and vibrate a lot myself. So there we go. Get that cleaned up. I just wash it out and use brake clean myself. Make sure you put your magnets back in there. As you can tell, they keep all the debris from going through your transmission as much as possible. And put the new filter in, which you guys already know. Well, maybe you guys and girls don't know, but your filter is the big black flat pancake looking thing up there. They just pull straight out. Make sure the gasket comes out with it. If not, that's bad. You know, you might mess your transmission up. Just pop the new one in the same place, put your pan and all that back on, and back to the fun of filling the transmission with some kind of pump again. But anyways, just kind of going over what we're going to do and what we had done. So we'll see you in a few. And that's what she should look like when you clean her up. That's why you don't take a pump and just pump it out and change the fluid, because you want to get all that crap out of there. Clean them magnets up, get all the shavings or anything that you can out there. Now these gaskets, they are reusable. They have a metal washer in them where you can torque them down, not worrying about flattening it up too much. So yeah, I mean, you do whatever you got to do or feel like doing, but I'm reusing mine because they are rubber reusable. So we're going to slide this thing back up in there. Now, because of what I had to do with the exhaust, mine twisted out a little bit different than you might see on other videos. So just twist it one way or the other and start pulling the front down, and it'll slide out of there. But if you have to do this, I feel for you. I mean, now you know kind of what to do at your own risk. It'll only take you about 5 extra minutes, but still, I was 30-40 minutes trying to figure out how the heck to do that, or what I'm going to do with one person. 2 people, you can get somebody to pry down on it, I'm sure. But yep. So there we go. And let's attempt to put her back on. here's the way I'm pumping it in. I rigged up a little bit bigger hose to my pump there. I got this one, I know it's kind of hard to see, it's dark here, going up into that hole into the transmission. And then I just opened all my quarts up, and you know, they're a little bit in each one from the pump. I'm gonna pour them back all into one so I don't waste any. It ain't much, but every little bit helps, right? Might save you from buying another $20 quart. So, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you that, but these things are like $20 a quart. It was about eighth or a quarter of a quart there, so. But I just stick it in there. Probably a little too much. See? But it's gonna, and watch how quick that bad boy goes. Real time. That's it. 1 quart. Boom. And she's pumped. We're gonna take it out, put the plug in, make sure everything's tight, and then start it up to working temperature. And then we gotta take that drain plug out that we started with and let it go until it starts dripping and it's got the exact amount of training fluid in it. So that's where we're at.